Hello guys, this is Miguel Olvera and today is day 111 of the 90-day challenge overtime for the law of attraction, and today is day 3 of the summary of the 90-day challenge, and we are going to talk about a very important topic. Today's topic is change your logic to change your life. So without further ado, let's get started. Welcome back guys, this is Miguel Olvera and today is day 111 of the 90-day challenge overtime for the law of attraction. Today is the third day of the summary of this 90-day challenge, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic. Change your logic to change your life. At the beginning of the 90-day challenge guys, I talk about teachability index. Teachability index is nothing more or nothing less than your willingness to learn and your willingness to accept change. How open-minded are you to accept something new, and how willing are you to learn to accept change? Are you willing to really open your mind and learn something new and to change whatever is in your mind already? If you have, or if you answer yes to either one of those two questions, you are able to change your logic and change your life. So most of the things that I'm going to discuss with you today is totally illogical. But by doing things a little out of the box, it will make a lot of sense at the end why I do this and why I ask you to do certain things. Towards the beginning also of the program of the 90-day challenge, we talked about your little life. We talked about when we were little, we don't have, so to speak, our conscious mind. We talked about this yesterday a little bit, but when we are little, we actually don't have the conscious mind already developed. Our subconscious mind is wide open, and it's accepting all the information from our parents, teachers, bigger brothers or sisters, relatives, etc. And we are internalizing all that information. That's why you speak the language that you speak. That's why you like the food that you like. We already learned about all this yesterday, but I just want to re-emphasize this because in order for you to be able to change your paradigm, and a paradigm is nothing more than a multitude of habits. For you to be able to change this paradigm, you have to do the same thing that you did when you were little. Do you remember? You probably don't remember, but if you have any kids, when you were trying to teach them how to eat out of the spoon, it was probably very difficult at the beginning because the baby didn't recognize that the food was on the spoon. Let's say that this is the spoon, so the baby didn't recognize that the food was on the spoon, and the baby had to open its mouth to get the food inside and then, eat it. So that's why you have food all over, or the baby had food all over his face and all over, its clothes and everything. So little by little, the baby began to recognize that the food was at the end of the spoon. All the baby had to do was open his mouth and get the food in, then eat it. So how many times did you actually, if you are a parent, how many times did you actually have to try and actually feed the baby and finally get the baby to recognize that that's how we eat? Another thing, when you learn how to walk. Again, being a baby, you probably don't remember, but you probably tried and tried and tried and tried many times until you actually did it. Now we're all walking. That is exactly the same thing. For you to be able to change your paradigms and to change your habits, you have to do the same thing over and over and over and over until your behavior or until your belief changes. That's why it's very important that your teachability index is always at 100. If you have let's put 50% and 50%. But if you have less willingness to learn, let's say you got a 30% and you got a 50% here, you got 80% to combine sum total. But if you have 50% in willingness to learn and 50% willingness to accept change, you have 100%. Then you will be able to recognize that for you to be able to change your paradigms, you have to do the same thing over and over and over. And we talked about this yesterday, guys, and it's very simple. You should probably already know it by now. When you started learning how to drive, again, we talked about this yesterday. You have to do it over and over and over and over. So now, how do you change your paradigm? Well, you change your paradigm by watching these videos over and over and over. You don't have to just read the book once. You're going to have to read the book over and over and over. Another thing. Remember this card? Remember this card? The card that I've been telling you all about? Yeah. You read it once. You write it once on the card and you read it as many times as possible. The other thing is, you have to write down your goal over and over and over. If you can do it 100 times in the morning and 100 times a night, do it. Because all you're doing is you are replacing one bad belief or one bad idea that you have in here that is preventing your body to behave in the way that it needs to behave to reach the goal that you want. So for you to be able to do that and change that habit, you have to read your goal. You have to read your goal constantly. You have to think about it constantly, and you have to write it down constantly. So little by little by little, your belief will increase in regards of that. And then your body will start changing its behavior, and then you will get the result that you want. It's that simple, guys. But again, it's illogical. You're probably going to say, Miguel, you're crazy. I'm never going to write down my goal 100 times in the morning and 100 times a night. I don't have time. We all have the same 24 hours, guys. Have you noticed that? The richest man in the world has 24 hours. The poorest man in the world has 24 hours. What's the difference? What's the difference? The difference is how you utilize your time. Are you willing to change? Are you really willing to change it, to learn something new? Are you willing to make the time to do this exercise? Are you really willing to change whatever you're trying to accomplish, the goal that you're trying to accomplish? Well, you have to learn it the same way you learn how to speak, the same way you learn how to ride a bike, the same way you learn how to walk. By doing it over and over and over. That is the only way they're going to learn. Well, there's a second way. It's an emotional impact. Emotional impact can be described as 9/11. Whatever happened in 9/11 right here in the United States, that was an emotional impact for a nation. But most likely those type of impacts are negative, and I really don't recommend them. But the best way to do it is by constant spaced repetition. So if you're reading a book, read it once, not twice, not 3 times, not 5 times, maybe 20 times. Read it over and over and over. Watch these videos over and over and over. Once you get a hold of the idea, your mind has expanded, your awareness has expanded, and once the mind has expanded, it's no way it can contract to the same place that it used to. So once I have enlightened you or giving you new ideas or something that you actually, are thinking about, you will never be the same again. So it's very important, guys, that you are actually following my advice. And again, I cannot force you to do anything. I'm just giving you the tips. This is how it works. This is how it is. If you want to change your results, you're going to have to change your paradigms. In order to change your paradigms, you have to do something logical. Your mind is going to start giving you, feedback saying that's crazy, that's never going to work, etc., etc. But just think about it. What was the way that you learn how to walk? And I'm repeating myself. I'm beating this horse to death. I want to make sure that you get it. Just think about it. The only way to do it is by doing it over and over and over. It's just like it's a snowball effect, guys. Once the snowball gets bigger and bigger and bigger, gets more momentum, it can be very, very dangerous. It is the same thing with your mind. So make sure that you are watching these videos, reading the books that I recommend at the beginning of the 90-day challenge, and get some more information. Find some more audiobooks. I'm pretty sure you can find some more. You know how to get a hold of me. I give you my email address. You can almost reach me, in the comments below, or you can send me an instant direct message. Feel free to contact me and ask me any questions. I'll be more than glad to help you. Thank you guys for being with me for the last 111 days of this 90-day challenge overtime. This is day number 3 of the summary of the 90-day challenge. Thank you very much guys for being with me for the last 10 minutes. And thank you for being with me for this whole journey. I hope that I'm creating some value for you. Thank you very much for today's attention. If you have any friends, relatives, or co-workers, let them know what we're doing here. Turn on your post notifications up here for Instagram, down here for Facebook and YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, like, follow, and tag. Let everybody know what we're doing. If they don't see any value, it's too bad for them. But at least you did your part. Thank you very much guys for being with me. Have a great day. Tomorrow we have another fantastic summary. Don't miss them for anything. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.